Hello, my name is Dr Charles Young and I'm one of the Care Vision's directors. In this Insights video, Dr Zara Quail will be talking to Kaisa Koivunen. Kaisa is a PhD student at the Faculty for Sports and Exercise Science and the Gerontology Research Centre at JYU University in Finland. Kaisa is co-author on 2 published studies investigating the cognitive and physical changes in 2 groups of older people in Finland. In this video, Kaisa will be explaining the research studies themselves and their findings. At Care Vision's Healthy Ageing, we are focused on ensuring that people live well into older life, and research such as this demonstrates the importance of both cognitive and physical strength.
Hello Kaisa, and thank you so much for joining us today. The 2 research papers that you and your co-authors published recently talk about how older people's cognition and physical functioning has improved over the last 28 years. Could you explain briefly what is meant by cognitive and functional performance and describe how the studies were conducted?
Yeah. Cognitive performance refers to, for example, aspects of brain function that include memory, thinking, judgment, planning, problem solving and language ability. And physical performance refers to one's ability to carry out activities that require physical actions and is measured with, for example, walking speed, muscle strength and lung capacity. And in our research project, we compared the physical and cognitive performance of 75 and 80-year-old Finnish people nowadays with those of people at the same age about 30 years ago. And we repeated exactly the same measurements in the same research environment, and now as they were carried out 3 decades ago.
That's really interesting. So when you compared the 2 different groups of older people born between 1910 and 1914 with those who were born in the late 1930s and early 1940s, what did you find had changed in their cognitive and physical functioning?
Our results showed that the later born people had better physical performance assessed with muscle strength and walking speed. And also they had better cognitive abilities, which were assessed with different tests measuring reaction speed, verbal fluency, reasoning and working memory.
Thanks so much for explaining that. And were there any specific reasons for the improvement in cognitive and physical functioning you were able to identify between the 2 groups?
Yeah, we observed that higher physical activity and increased body size explained the better walking speed and muscle strength among later born cohort, whereas the most important underlying factor behind the cohort differences in cognitive performance was longer education. The cohort of 75 and 80-year-olds born later have grown up and lived in a different world than did their counterparts born 3 decades ago. There have been many favorable changes and reforms in our society. These reforms are, for example, the provision of school meals for all children free of charge, improvements in healthcare and longer education. And these social reforms may underlie our findings of increased height and weight in the latter cohort, which is mostly a result of better nutrition. The role of longer education explaining the better cognitive abilities reflect, for example, reforms in the school system and improved working life. But however, the role of higher physical activity can be interpreted in 2 ways. Better physical function and cognitive performance may result from higher physical activity or vice versa.
Thank you very much for that comprehensive coverage of what you think the associated factors were. And what sort of take-home message do you think you would want people to learn about healthy aging from this research?
Our results suggest that today's older people are functionally younger than people of the same age 1 generation earlier. And it seems that with increased life expectancy, midlife nowadays continues to higher ages, and older age and need for care comes later. And our understanding of older age might be old-fashioned, And the results of our study may help to identify potentially unrecognized resources of older adults and encourage their continued engagement in valued activities in later life.
Wonderful. And we all know the benefits of continuing to engage in meaningful activities, especially in later life. One of our campaigns that we're running recently is to ask people what they do to help keep their bodies and their brains healthy each day. Would you be happy to share with us something that you do to keep your body and brain healthy during your daily activities?
Of course, for me, running outdoors alone or with someone is one exercise that I enjoy a lot. In addition to physical health benefits, running helps me to think more clearly and relieve stress.
Wonderful. That's especially we know the benefits of both exercise and exercising outdoors. Kaisa Koivunen, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate the insights and all the knowledge that you shared with us. We're very grateful for the findings in your studies that were recently published. If anyone would like to read the studies themselves, they're available on screen at the moment and in the description in the video down below. And we've also shared some links to the university and some of their work. Thank you so much again for your time, and we wish you well.
Thank you.